Yesterday we read about how the Earth's movement affects climate and temperature and weather and the seasons and day and night and all of those things. We read about that in our science book yesterday. Today we're going to look specifically at winter and summer. Earth moves in a big oval around the sun. Earth makes one orbit or complete turn around the sun every year. Please either highlight or underline that word. Orbit. While Earth orbits the sun, it also turns on its axis. Earth's axis and the sun's axis are not at the same angle. As a result, one half of Earth, or one hemisphere, tilts toward the sun for part of the year, and the other hemisphere tilts away from the sun. Please underline or highlight the word hemisphere. Thank you for focusing. When the Earth is tilting towards the sun, it causes summer. When the Earth is tilted away from the sun, winter comes. When the northern part of the Earth moves away from the sun, the southern part of the Earth is experiencing summer. When it's Christmas in America, it's summer in Brazil. Winter weather arrives in June in Australia, just as America is pulling out their flip-flops and swimsuits. The hemisphere that tilts toward the sun stays in the sun's light longer. It creates the long, warm days of summer. Later in the year, Earth moves to a new spot in its orbit. Then this hemisphere tilts away from the sun. This creates winter's shorter, cooler days. I also want for you to highlight or underline the word axis.
What's that?
Axis.
It's
So-
like different kind of axis.
So access is ACCESS, and that's like if you have access to something, if you can use it or you have the ability to have it.
Like that axis.
So this is AXIS, and this refers to the imaginary pole that runs through the center of the Earth from the North Pole through the middle down through the South Pole.
I got an X.
So that's the type of axis that we're referring to. It's the imaginary line that goes from the North Pole through the middle of the Earth down to the South Pole.
Nobody knows where it is. Nobody knows where it is.
Well, it's through the middle of the North Pole and through the middle of the South Pole.
You can actually go to either a country or something
Please,
like that.
Brian is recording.
A country,
Oh, sorry, that's still right. That's right.
and you go to the equator. I think they said that everything is. Yeah, we learned that in this book. Is North Carolina?
All right, there's about 4 of you guys talking at the same time, and that's really not helping me or you to get your thoughts across. So, let me have you highlight one more word, and then if you have specific questions, you can raise your hand. So, I need for you to also highlight the word, where did it go? Tilts. You can, any of those tilts you can highlight.
Why are we highlighting?
Now, the reason we're highlighting these 4 words is because at the bottom it says, after reading the passage above, choose 4 key words that will help you remember the information you read and write them in the shape below. Now, I have chosen the words for you: orbit, axis, hemisphere, tilts. And I want you're going to write the words here. Please put the device away. You're going to write those 4 words here, and then you're going to just give me a little bit about what that is. So we have orbits, or orbit, axis. Ooh, somebody messed my pen up.
Somebody is using it for me.
Probably. Okay. O-R-B-I-T. So you're going to just tell me a little bit about what orbit is. So that is a very good question. Let's say that you're not sure about what the word means and you don't have, like when you read the passage, you reread the passage, and let's say the context clues don't really help you that much. The other place you can look is you can get your science book, because all this information was in our science book yesterday. And if you look in our glossary, that will help you, okay? The only word in there that, or the only one of these 4 words that probably won't be in your glossary is tilts. But I'm thinking that the information from this passage can help you.
By that, do you mean like what the word means?
And how does it relate? Like, so for example, orbit. I would say something like the Earth orbits the sun, and when different parts of the Earth face the sun, that makes a difference, you know? So the Earth orbits the sun. The Earth tilts on its axis. You see? So we're just kind of getting little bits of information here that's going to help you remember what we read in the passage. All right, hemisphere.
So do we write the things up on the top so we can write stuff on the bottom?
Mm-hmm. All right. Then it says sketch a model, diagram, or picture of the concept you just read about. Then write a 1-sentence summary of the topic. And your 1-sentence summary will go here. So you will illustrate the topic and write a 1-sentence summary. We also have one comprehension question to answer. It says, what causes summer? A, part of the earth tilts toward the sun. B, the earth axis tilts away from the sun. C, part of the earth is heavier. Or D, the sun shines on earth for a shorter time. I'm not going to answer this now. I want everybody to take a few minutes and answer this on their own. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, to answer, to do your sketch, your 1-sentence summary. Tell me how these 4 vocabulary words are important, and answer the comprehension question.